Do you know what just occurred to me? I don't think I've been out photographing locally since the week before I left for Svalbard. What is that? 4 months ago or something? We need to remedy that, people. Today we're gonna photograph locally and we're gonna photograph some seascape. Let's go. Alright people, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This is actually a kind of what's going on with my channel kind of movie, but I decided to masquerade it a bit as a seascape movie. Don't worry though, we're still gonna do a lot of photography today, but at the same time I have wanted to talk about a thing for quite some time now, and I decided today is the day I'm gonna talk about it. So stay tuned and let's get started. So there are a few reasons why I have decided to do this little chat right next to the sea. Reason number one is I love the sea. It's an ever-changing canvas and there's always something new to find, and it's been a long time since I've been photographing the sea, so I thought it was about time. Second reason is the location, because the sunset coincides perfectly with this location I'm on right now, and today has some beautiful high clouds. So I'm pretty certain it's gonna be a bit of a colorful sunset as well. So really looking forward to that. Reason number three, I'm not sure. I only had 2 reasons thought out. There are many things I enjoy with seascape photography, but one of the things I enjoy the most are the different shapes of the mountains and the rocks, which has been shaped by the sea for centuries. And if you look closely, you can find many mini versions of real life, as I almost call them right now. I did, didn't I? Let me try to explain. Do you see this ridge here? It goes all the way up and it bends there and it picks up again, and there is a small mountain top right there. If you just cast a quick glance at it, you may not be able to see it right away, but if you look close you can almost see like that ridge is almost like a mountain, and the seawater has corroded the edges, so it kind of looks like snow as well all the way up. And I find that kind of neat, so I've been trying to find a position to put the camera where I can tilt it a bit down, like I'm up on another high mountain looking down on that mountain. And I've excluded some bits to the right and some bits to the left, leaving only the ridge going upwards, like a leading line with the snow on the ridge. And I'm definitely thinking black and white, so that will please you, James. This one's for you. So I'm going to take this image now, and I'm really happy with this. I'm really hoping it works. So this is my fake mountain shot. All right, enjoy. When this video goes live on YouTube, I am in a studio way up in the mountains along with my wife, her twin sister and our producer, and we're recording our debut album for our band Rags and Feathers. It's an album we've been working on for almost 3 years now, maybe more. It's a tribute album to Leonard Cohen, and it's a long story on how that album came to be. I'm not going to do that story now, but that's where I am when this video goes live. And that's what I want to talk about, because as many as you already know, in addition to being a photographer, I'm also a musician. And I've been playing music actively for over 15 years now. And during that time I've been all over the world. And I've released a couple of CDs, I think 3 of them. I have them here actually. The first CD I released was in 2013. It was this one. I play banjo in this band, It's called Lady Moscow, and the album is called A Story About True Love and Weather. And in 2014, my current band, which I wrote the music and played guitar and sang, and my wife wrote a couple of songs for that band as well. In fact, we met while playing together in the band before this. I know this is confusing, but this band, Gadarene Wine, this is our debut album, came out in 2014. Really proud of this one. And this album came out last year. It's also from Lady Moscow. It's called Sunday Songs. All these albums are on Spotify and iTunes and Tidal and what you want to call them, and feel free to check them out. I'll link to them down in the show notes. And the reason why I want to talk about this now is because this past year it's been I've had a lot of opportunities when it comes to music. Right now with the album recording, the Leonard Cohen tribute album, and I've also been hired to write and compose music for a theater play in Oslo, Norway's capital. So I've been going back and forth to Oslo, writing music and rehearsing with a theater group. And Gadarene Wine, this band, are releasing an EP in this fall. We're not actively playing, but we recorded an EP a couple of years back, and we're now ready to release it digitally. And yeah, I'm still playing with Lady Moscow. So there's a lot of things happening on the music front, and I've been trying to find a way to incorporate it into my vlogs somehow. I just really wanted to talk about it because so much of my time is going to the art of music nowadays, and yeah, I just wanted to talk about it for a bit. So I've been wondering if I film kind of a vlog from the studio while recording our Leonard Cohen tribute album. Would you be interested to see that video? I'm just asking because I'm gonna film anyway. But if you're interested to see a vlog for the studio, how we work, some live music maybe, and I can show off my all the cool guitars I borrowed. I borrowed a guitar from 𝐵jørn, the lead singer from Lady Moscow, and it's a 1942 Martin guitar. It's the same model that Hank Williams used, and it's just a gorgeous looking guitar. They call it the banjo killer because the box, it's not called the box, but the resonator is so huge that it kills the banjo sound. So if you want to see that guitar, maybe let me know down in the comments if you want to see such a video, because I would love to make it for you if you want to see it, but I'm not gonna make it if you don't want to see it, if you know what I mean, because this is a photography channel. Let's not kid ourselves. That's what it's been, and that's what it will always be. But at the same time, I'm doing a lot of music, and if you're interested to see a bit of that art as well as the photography art, let me know. I'll be happy to show you. Thanks for listening, and let's get on with the Seascape tour. We're closing in on sunset, so we better find a position for the sunset image. Do you know what dawned on me? I just spent 7 minutes talking about updates to my channel, and I didn't even mention what's going on with Running Waters. So I'm gonna do it now. I have one episode left of Running Waters before I wrap up season 1. Next year, in May, I'm gonna pick up Running Water season 2 when the meltwater comes. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. I think this is what I was looking for. Something to kind of frame in the scene, because we have one piece of land going from the left and one piece of land going for the right. And together they kind of goes in and they meet towards the middle. And the sun, I think, is going to set right between them. If if you see here. So here is what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm crossing my fingers for there ain't a tide on the way, even though the waves are getting a bit higher than they were a minute ago. Secondly, I'm changing to my wide angle lens because I want the total of the land on the left and the total of the land on the right. So let's get to it. The wide angle lens has firmly been set in place, and what I'm thinking now is that it's a really bright sun, and I want to keep some of the details in the foreground, but I don't want to burn out the sun. So I'm thinking I'm going for an ND grad filter. What a graduated filter does is that it allows the camera to compensate for the intense bright sun, kind of toning that one down, because the graduated filter is a bit more dark at the top than at the bottom. So it darkens the sky and it's keeping the foreground, the land I was talking about, it's keeping that, it doesn't affect that. So it allows me to kind of more evenly adjust the light and the dark areas. Another way to do that is just to bracket the exposures. That works fine as well. But today I feel like using filter. It's more like I'm doing the editing on the scene, and I kind of like that sometimes. It's almost like a craft, if you know what I mean. So this is how my composition looks right now. I am putting my focus right on the tip here. There we go. That's approximately 1/3 of the way in, and it allows me to keep almost every piece of the land in focus. The ocean and the sun in the background ain't too important, but I want the mountain to be pin sharp. So this is starting to look pretty good. I'm quite satisfied. The only thing I could wish for was a bit more waves, to be honest, but you can't have it all. So now we're just waiting for the actual sunset. I'm going with a pretty fast shutter speed because I don't want to blur the water out. I want some waves in it. I think it gives it a more interesting look. Also, approximately on f4, I think, but this is a micro four thirds camera, so if you have a full frame camera, that equals the double, so around f8. And I'm currently at 1/100 of a second. That gives me a fairly balanced image. I think I'm probably going to go down to 60 because the sun is currently dropping and it's getting darker as it drops. I'm just waiting now to see if anything catches on fire. So far so good. It's been a long time since I've been down to the ocean and seen the sunset, so this felt really good. I just finished editing my Shetland video, which you hopefully saw last week. If you didn't, you can see it right here. So I've spent all day editing that video, and just to go out and do something with your hands and feet instead of with your mind, it just felt great. So just what the doctor ordered. So the sun has set and I've got my image, and with this gorgeous backdrop behind me, I'm saying goodbye for this time. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new to the channel and you want to be notified when I upload another video, given that you want to see more of course, I suggest you consider hitting that subscribe button and also that bell someone told me. Also hit that bell. Not sure why, just click on it I suppose. Also, I have an Instagram account, and if you want to see more behind the scenes kind of stuff, maybe something from the studio as we're playing and recording live, or when I'm out and about doing videos like this, find me on Instagram. Before I forget, I just launched a new website. It has a horrible domain because I haven't freed it from Wix yet, but I will. But right now it's so complicated I can't even say it, so I just need to put a link down in the show notes. On that site you can go and order some of my prints if you want to support my future content on YouTube, and if you like the work I do, it would mean so much and I would be so grateful if you purchased an image from me, a print from me. So consider it, that means a lot to me, so thank you. Also, thank you so much for the kind comments every week. I love reading them every morning and I try to respond to them all, but started to get quite a few, and that's a good thing, so keep them coming, I greatly appreciate it. Alright, I think this video has gone on for long enough. Thanks again, I'll see you in about a week, og ha det fint til det. Okay, hei.